James at 16 will not be presented this evening, but will return next week at its regular time. Stay tuned now for a special 2-hour What Really Happened to the Class of 65.
Word Balloon is brought to you by the League of Word Balloon Listeners. Welcome back, everybody. Time again for Word Balloon, the comic book conversation show. John Suntress here. It's trivia time once again on Word Balloon, a tradition that Fred Van Lente and myself started during COVID when we were all in lockdown, and Fred was missing moderating trivia at bars. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Let's do it here. Welcome back, Fred.
Thank you so much, John. It's been too long.
Indeed. I know. How have you guys been? How are you and Crystal doing?
Fantastic. Very busy. Lots of crazy stuff happening. I had a Kickstarter launch this week, yesterday, in fact. The latest Action Philosophers, which is a series I do with Ryan Dunleavy. It's currently live right now on Kickstarter. Omnipotence for Dummies is the latest volume. It's about Descartes and Kierkegaard, all your early modern favorites. And we have a new story that's Mary Shelley, the teen mom who invented science fiction.
Indeed. Prophets of Science Fiction. I did that series a few years ago for the Discovery Channel, and I wasn't on the Mary Shelley episode, but that was our first episode. Fantastic. Because you're right, she is the mother of science fiction.
Yep.
No question. Absolutely, man. That's good because I've misplaced my Descartes trading card.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Ryan gave you a Descartes trading card. That's awesome. But yeah, so I love coming up with trivia questions. I play a lot of pub trivia, so this is my one chance to actually host. And so I've come up with 4 rounds of mostly comics trivia, but you know how it goes. There's sort of various and sundry geek matters are looked at, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to learn some things. And obviously, as always, this is me versus John and the League of Word Balloon listeners. So
we're all on the team.
Those of you watching live on YouTube, please feel free to chime in and help John out.
And Facebook as well. They can chime in as well if they're watching on Facebook.
This is the 7th time we've done this, believe it or not.
Really, 7? That's fantastic.
It is, although I think I missed most of 2022. But I will definitely endeavor to. It'd be fun, John, actually, since we're both me at C2E2, we should figure out a way to do this live somehow.
Oh, Fred, God damn it. We should have made a panel.
I mean, that would be fun. I guess, yeah, it's too late.
Son of a bitch. Oh, Fred.
Come to my table.
There you go.
We'll do it there.
Yeah, really. Jeez, man. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, Fred. We should have thought of that.
Next time. No. We'll be at a con again sometime.
This is true. I'm so glad. Yeah, you and Ryan are coming, and Crystal's coming as well.
Crystal's coming. My wife, Crystal. Yeah. Yep. And it's going to be awesome. So I've come up with 4 rounds of trivia. This time, did something a little different. This is something about the Trivia League I'm in, NYC Trivia League, which is terrific for those of you in the city. I did some visual clues for some of the questions tonight. And if you go to my Twitter profile page, which is just twitter.com/Fred Van Lente, I've pinned the clues there. So that might help. And John, it might definitely help you. But Yeah. So if you're ready, if we're all ready at
Yes, I'm going to. I don't know. I don't think this will work as a hyperlink, but I am posting Fred's Twitter.com, Fred Van Lente, right there.
You know how to use the Twitters. Just click on that thread, and you'll see four clues for tonight's.
Well, and that's good, Fred, because I can share the screen.
Oh, fantastic!
And go there, and we can actually.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. Let's do that. Okay, so it's 4 rounds. Three. We don't. I started keeping like score, but then I stopped because who cares really? But this is us against the world here. But John, I've been in comics for a long time, since the previous millennium, in fact. And if there's one thing you can't fail to notice when you've been in comics for a long time is, John, people really like this Batman person.
I've heard of him.
People really like Batman. And you know what they also love? Almost as much, if not more than Batman himself, is Batman's origin. So Batman's origin has been retold approximately, scientists have determined, about 8 billion times. So I have come up with an entire round, John, of nothing but Batman origin trivia questions. And this round is called I'm the Goddamn Batman's Origin. So, question 1. According to both The Dark Knight Returns and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the movie the Waynes were seeing on the night they were murdered was what? And, for an extra bonus point, who starred in that movie?
I believe that's the Mark of Zorro and Tyrone Power.
I knew you'd get that. Yes, 100%. 100%. And I will warn you, this is a clue question. According to the episode "The Fear" from the final episode of the Super Friends, what movie were the Waynes watching on the night they went to the movies and got murdered?
So wait a minute. According to which?
So on the final episode of the Super Friends, they aired an episode called "The Fear," which was this is totally trivia unrelated to the quiz, which was a repurposed episode from a proposed but failed Batman Hanna-Barbera TV show. And so in that episode, starring our personal friends Adam West and Casey Kasem as Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. In that version of the
origin,
murders of the origin, what movie did they see?
Wow, I do not remember. Anyone in the chat? Let's see if you can remember in the Challenge of the Super Friends.
You might want to visit my Twitter page.
Oh, it is the clue there
for a helpful hint among the 4.
I'm going to have to do that. Let me do that, and I'll set that up while I'm waiting for any people that might be watching. And no, it's not Zorro. It was a different movie, apparently, that Martha and Bruce and Thomas went to see.
That's right.
All right, let's see here. Waiting for Twitter to open up. There it is. All right. Stand by, everybody.
And so while John's looking that up, here's some additional trivia. True or false? This episode aired on October 2nd, 1985. I assume on a Saturday. Yeah. Was this the first time Batman's origin was ever depicted on screen? True or false?
Ooh,
October 2nd, 1985.
Right. I'm trying to think back because Adam West describes the incident in that first episode of the 66 Batman series.
I said depicted, John. Depicted on screen.
Right. I'm aware of that. I'm just going through my brain in terms of I believe it was. I'm going to say that the Super Friends was the first time.
That is correct.
Very cool.
That is correct.
All right. So let's see here, Freddie. You said you pinned them on your. Okay, let's see. All right, we got the final clue, but where's? All right, hold on one second, Fred. You're going to guide me. I'm going to
just unspool that sucker.
Okay. Again, for people that are jumping in as we play trivia, we are looking for, as opposed to the standard that the Waynes saw Zorro the night they were gunned down in Crime Alley. on Challenge of the Super Friends, it was a different movie that they saw, and we are looking for the name of that movie.
And I'm going to assume that it was a different movie because Filmation had Zorro's cartoon rights back in those days, and probably their Zorro show was still in syndication.
So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. All right, I'm sharing, Fred. Where's the hint? Media.
Scroll down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right
there's
there.
hint number 1. That's the last one.
Well,
and if you just click show this thread, John.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Freddie. Okay. All right. So
see,
number 2.
Huh? What movie could it have been?
Gee, I wonder. I suppose it was Robin Hood.
Yes, it is correct. They saw Robin Hood there. So
That's interesting, and certainly from a Saturday morning children's thing, that is interesting. Although Zorro would have been fine.
Well, I just watched it again this morning, that episode, and the animation's terrible, and I can see why that Batman show never got greenlit. but it's funny because they actually do it, because that's back when you couldn't show guns or have gunshots. So the mugger is like in the alley, and all of a sudden Bruce's parents are lying on the ground, and he's like, "Oh my God, Mom and Dad!" And the mugger's running away, and you're like, "What did he kill them with his mind?" Like, it's very. If I was a young child who did not know Batman's origin, I'd be like, "What's the problem?"
Was it a scarecrow themed?
It was, yes. Shockingly, an episode titled "The Fear" was a scarecrow related thing.
Sure,
but yeah, so I love the Super Friends. I rewatched them in the 2020 pandemic year, and wow, they're bad. Love that show.
I know the woman that played Wonder Woman is still with us.
Okay,
and I haven't met her yet, but talking to my buddy Susan Eisenberg, she was telling me that she's still around and very nice lady.
Nice.
So, and I did a panel at Terrificon a couple of years ago, and it was Robert Costanzo, who played Harvey Bullock on the animated series.
Okay.
Lauren, I don't remember Lauren's last name, but he was Nightwing. And oh God, who was the woman that played Poison Ivy, and she was also Dale Arden in the Filmation Flash Gordon.
Oh wow,
she was great. Ed Cato says Filmation Batman is still great stuff.
I'm more of an Aquaman guy, but yes,
great stuff. Lauren Lester, thank you.
Aquaman and yes, Lauren Lester actually sounds like
playing Nightwing, indeed.
Number 3, John, in I'm the Goddamn Batman's origin. In Batman Begins, what was the opera the Waynes are attending the night they were murdered? Is it A, Mozart's Don Giovanni, B, Strauss's Die Fledermaus, C, Verdi's Macbeth, or D, Boiccio's Mephistopheles?
I'm betting that people in the chat will know this one as well. It is, of course, Die Fledermaus.
I'm afraid you are incorrect, sir. It is D, Mephistopheles.
I thought it was Die
Fledermaus. Bat masks. I can totally see why you think it's Die Fledermaus, but no, it's this gentleman. I do not know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I've never heard of him before. Leave it to a British director to have the Waynes. No, we can't have them go to some, cheap ass, movie revival house. They've got to see an opera because they're rich. But no, it was Mephistopheles.
Wow, I didn't remember that. I would have bet money, obviously, that it was Fledermaus.
Yep. Yeah, actually, probably so would I. So would have I. If I had not looked it up on Wikipedia. Number 4, what is the official name of Gotham City's crime alley? Is it A, Park Place, B, Park Row, C, Cane Lane, or D, Finger Way?
I'm going to say Finger Way.
It is B, Park Row.
Park Row is crime alley.
Park Row, because if you recall in the Batman mythos, it famously was a nice neighborhood before Gotham City started.
Oh, sure. Went to shit. As depicted currently in Tom King and Phil Hester's Gotham City Year One.
Yep.
That's going on. Ed Cato knew that it was Park Row. I love, I remember talking to Greg Rucka about the layout of Gotham City, and I forget which artist really did their homework and did a whole thing of Gotham. And it was like every street had a warehouse. Every street had, these obvious '50s Batman artist.
Dick Sprang.
Dick Sprang.
The
Yes.
giant typewriter museum on every corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Number 5. Question number 5. I'm the goddamn Batman's origin. What low-level hood shoots the Waynes in Tim Burton's Batman?
What low level? Oh, it's Jack Napier.
Correct. Jack Napier, soon to be the Joker.
Yes, indeed.
And
Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yes. A twist that I never really cared for.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's kind of a little too on the nose.
Now,
are you in the belief that Joe Chill should have remained never being caught? Or do you think it's good that Joe Chill was caught? Because there are two diverging.
That's really interesting. I never heard that before. I did not realize there was a scenario in which he, I guess, caught. Yeah, I guess he was caught originally in the comics. Anyway,
right.
Go ahead, John. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. It wasn't at the moment, but oh my God, very dramatic for a '50s Batman comic that Batman confronts Joe Chill and takes his mask off and is like, I am the son of those people you killed. I am Bruce Wayne. And then Joe runs away and he's like, well, and it just this great montage of, oh no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Whenever you try and do something, I'll be there. And it freaks Joe Chill out. He runs and sees his gangster friends. And he's like, I just found out I'm the guy who killed Batman's parents. I'm the reason why he's Batman. And, then, the whole thing was like, oh, you're the reason? Oh, my God. And they gun him down.
That's right. Yes, I read that story. Yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made from a dramatic standpoint that, like, it lessens the fact that Batman is this relentless crusader if there's this one guy who either that it was one guy that he knows about and can sort of identify, and B, something I'm even less interested in is the idea that it was a hit, right? That it was like some sort of politically or corruption based, which has been in a bunch of versions.
Sure. Ed says it was after 0 Hour that he wasn't caught. Could be. I don't remember specifically.
Oh, is that right? They retconned it.
But yeah, I know that it's gone back and forth. So, but I'm with you on Jack Napier, definitely.
So it's in speaking of our pal Joe Chill, question number 6. I'm the goddamn Batman's origin. I'm not reading the whole quiz like that. Though he first appears, the first time Batman's origin is told in 1939's Detective Comics number 33. Murderous mugger Joe Chill does not get a name until an issue published in what year? A, 1948. B, 1954. C, 1968. Or D, 1971.
48.
Correct.
That's that story I just described.
Yes, that is Batman 47 by Bill Finger and Bob Kane.
There you go, man.
I'm the goddamn Batman's origin. Question number 7. Joe Chill teams up with Batman to fight mobster murdering vigilante the Reaper in what Mike W. Barr and Todd McFarlane comic storyline?
That is Batman Year 2.
That is correct, sir. Batman Year 2. Sort of inspired Mask of the Phantasm.
Absolutely.
What many people believe is the best Batman movie.
Absolutely. And brought back in Batman Catwoman, again by the aforementioned Tom King. Yep.
Number 8. According to The Batman, 2022's The Batman, or as we call it in our house, To Batman. According to The Batman, what was Martha Wayne's maiden name?
Oh, God. All right, League, this is where you help me out.
Another sort of controversial, okay, I sort of see why they did that change.
I don't remember.
It left me rolling my eyes. Arkham.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Martha Wayne, before she was married, was
no.
the famed asylum heiress, Martha Arkham.
Of course.
Married Dr. Thomas Wayne.
I might be one in the minority in saying the Batman was fine, but I got to be honest. I'm like,
it was a solid Batman movie, It's definitely the best one. I would say I prefer it to all of the Nolan ones.
I still like the Nolan movies better.
Batman Returns is still my favorite Batman movie.
I'm with you.
Number 9, I'm the goddamn Batman's Origin.
The Tim Burton Batman Returns, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, no, I respect your opinion, but if I may, real fast, too many villains. Should have been a Penguin movie. Should have been a Catwoman movie.
I think that's one of the few superhero movies where they make, phone booth full of villains, as I like to call it, kind of work. Just because
no, that's cool, and both were great. I mean, I liked Christopher Walken as Max, whatever his name was.
Well, he is the best line in the movie.
What does he say?
Which is, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
Pfeiffer was great as Catwoman.
Yeah.
DeVito was great.
It's a great movie.
But yeah, I don't know. I just am like, one hero, one villain. That's all you need.
I mean, the worst thing to say about it is that if anything, it's not so much there's too many villains, that there's not really much Batman in the Batman movie.
I love when the Penguin takes over the Batmobile, the control of it. And really, oh man, from an emotional standpoint, again, when he takes his mask off and he's like, Selena, let's just go home. Like,
right.
And then she's like, as soon as she realized, she's like, does this mean we're going to start fighting each other? And it's like, those are great moments. Those are real character moments.
Yeah. I mean, it's just terrific. And it is a Christmas movie, just like Die Hard.
Yes.
I just think it's head and shoulders better because it has that perfect kind of like, it hits that perfect tone between ridiculousness and drama.
I'm with you. I hear you. And it is a great sequel. So I respect that. Absolutely.
All three Nolan movies, except for when Heath Ledger's on screen, and to a lesser extent the Batman, because I actually kind of like the Batman, I think, are too serious. It's just not.
Ooh, but I do like bloody Michael Caine as Alfred.
He's fine.
And I love Michael, whatever his name is, from the Burton and Schumacher movies as well.
Yes, yeah, great. He was in all those Hammer films.
Yes, so that guy really. I mean, they haven't gone wrong with Alfred. You got to say that, man.
It's true. Circus was good. Everybody's been good. I'm the goddamn Batman's Origin. Question number 9. John, according to adapearl.com, this website, adapearl.com, how many individual pearls make up a standard 16-inch pearl necklace?
Martha's Pearls.
A, 50. B, 85. C, 90. D, 115.
I'm going to say 50.
The answer is B, 85.
85 pearls.
85 pearls in a standard 16-inch pearl necklace. So
wow.
It's a lot of pearls to go all over Park Row, Crime Alley.
Indeed. Poor Martha Arkham. Indeed. Arkham.
So when I wrote this quiz, this was before this person was CEO of DC Films, but complete the title, John. In season 3 of the HBO Max series Harley Quinn, James Gunn directs a movie about the Crime Alley murders called A Hard Blank Gonna Fall.
Damn it. And I love that series.
A Hard Blank Gonna Fall. Give me the missing word.
Man, this week, man, you're killing it tonight, Fred. These are tough. A Hard Night Gonna Fall?
A Hard Wayne's Gonna Fall.
Oh, of course. Shame on me. God, that whole thing with Billy Bob and James Gunn is so funny. And
it's a great. I love that show.
That's and I'll say it, Fred. And you don't have to comment if you don't want to. I'm very disappointed in Velma, and I really am a big Mindy Kaling fan. And I think Velma is trying to reach that same adult tone that what Harley has, but also still be irreverent. Yes. And I don't know. I'm not feeling it for Velma.
We couldn't make it through the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
I understand.
That it's definitely sort of in the dictionary next to Trying Too Hard is a picture of Velma.
Yes.
I can't speculate. Like, I don't know enough about Kaling's work or anything to know what's going on there, but she's definitely a misfire.
Yeah, I mean, no, I appreciate her acting, and I've appreciated other shows that she's created. But Velma, yeah, it's just, and the diversity doesn't bother me. What does bother me is that she kind of has a crush on Fred, and Fred's like a real doof. And it's like, you're supposed to be smarter than everybody else. Velma.
I don't think I made it that far. in that episode before we moved on. But yeah, that is a very popular, common opinion, John.
I am aware. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. And it's like, I'm not feeling it. Oh, bad news today regarding HBO Max in DC. And I think it was a foregone conclusion, but they finally did announce that Titans and Doom Patrol, these are the last seasons of those. And I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, I could not get into Doom Patrol, which is a shame.
I really like it.
The Morrison run is one of my all-time favorite comics.
Opportunity to promote that Dennis Culver coming on Word Balloon live tomorrow night to discuss the new comic series that he's doing.
Very cool.
With Chris Burnham, and that starts at the end of March.
Fantastic. So here is a game we've played before, John. But I put a little twist on it. The name of this round two is If That Is Your Real Name, in which I give you a birth name of usually fictional characters, and you have to tell me what the more famous name is that they go by. Like, for example, if I said, "Is that your real name, Kal-El?" You would say
that would be Superman, of course.
I would also accept Clark Kent.
Of course. Well, of course. So yeah, either are acceptable in terms of secret identity.
Well, right. Yeah, Superman is one of the rare 3-named characters. I don't think there are any 3-named characters on this list.
Born on February 29th on the old DC calendar. I don't think they still claim that, but I remember in the 70s a buddy having the calendar, and that was Superman's birthday was February 29th back then.
But the twist on this game, this version of the game, is even comic creators. So this is If That Is Your Real Name, and every even question is not a fictional person but a comic creator.
Fair enough.
So if that makes any sense,
I'm with you.
So here we go. Question 1, round 2, and obviously leaguers play along. And there is also each one of the 4 clues on my Twitter page is for each one of the rounds. So one of the clues, the visual clues, is a clue to this round.
Okay.
On the Twitter page. That is your real name, Itu Ogami and Daigoro Ogami. 2 different people. Known as a duo. Same last name. That might be significant.
Ituro Ogami and
Itu, no R. Itu Ogami and Daigoro Ogami. Forgive my Japanese pronunciation. It is not.
So these are, I'm assuming these are either manga characters or manga creators.
No, this is an odd numbered question. So the comics creators and the even numbered questions. So these are comics characters.
Oh, these are comic characters.
But they've also been in movies, and they've also been in TV.
Could they be Power Rangers?
They're not. Atu Ogami and Daigoro Ogami are better known
Ultraman
as Lone Wolf and Cub.
Oh, shame on me. Of course, Lone Wolf and Cub. My God, I didn't remember their names. Oh,
that's right. They're famous under other names. It's the whole point of the game. Fear not.
It did.
Number 2, Stanley. Sorry, what?
I'm happy to be wrong. I honestly, these are really great, and I know the listeners and viewers are like, "Oh, this is hard." I prefer. They dumbed down Trivial Pursuit, and not only did they dumb it down, you used to get a giant box of like 1,000 cards, and they would have 6 categories on each card. And now, when you get Trivial Pursuit, that's how big the box is, and it's like, man, you kind of suck. And so I always go back and find on eBay old editions of Trivial Pursuit. And I've got the RPM one, which is the music one, and the sports one. And anyway. So
my friends and I at the bar do the 80s a lot.
Very nice.
A lot of fun.
Yep.
And that one's pretty hard. They did not dumb that
one.
Well,
that's a girl I used to see was a real old movie buff. And that's where it started, and I found the silver screen one. And like the most recent movies are like from 81 or 82. And it was hard. And I remember we used to play it in college, and me and my friends would play it, and we'd all throw $5 in, and the winner would get like the pot.
That's awesome.
And would end up buying pizza like the next night we all got together or whatever. So yeah.
That's awesome. Number 2.
Indeed.
An even number. Number 2. If that is your real name, Stanley Lieber.
Excelsior. That's Stan Lee's real name. Absolutely. I just had Danny Fingeroff on talking about his Stan Lee biography, so that's very fresh in my mind.
Number 3, if that is your real name, Dr. Henry Walton Jones Jr.
We named the dog Indiana. That's Indiana Jones, of course. Yes.
Indiana Jones. If that is your real name, this is number 4. If that is your real name, Eli Katz.
Oh, I believe. Oh God, and shame on me. And I'm. Is that Gil Kane?
That is Gil Kane, the great comics artist. Gil
Kane. Have an ascot on right now when I'm saying that. Absolutely,
that's right.
Dear boy.
So here's a hint for number 5. Also, there might be a hint visually on the Twitter page.
Okay.
So so I might give you a birth name, but this is cheating a little because the birth name of this character was not given in the movie in which he appeared, but it did appear in the novelization of said movie. Okay. So if that is your real name, Wan Lee.
Might have to go to the clue here. Wan Lee.
Wanli.
All right, stand by. We're going to be going to Fred's Twitter. All right, so we got there. So is that clue 3?
Nope. I have to scroll up.
Huh.
What's the significance of that?
Is that short round?
That is short round, yes. Wan Lee is better known to the movie-going public.
Wow. And of course, is he nominated for
Yes.
everything at once? That's great, man. And I love, last summer when they got back together at D23, that was so fantastic. And do you know Art Balthazar's whole thing about Mutt in Crystal Skull? Artie's like, no, man, short round is Indy's son. And it's true. And then, of course, and Bendis wanted adult short round to become a villain because Indy abandoned him.
Right.
Sure. So those are my 2 favorite fan short round kind of opinions. But yeah, short round was awesome.
I would hope that since he's gotten back into acting, they've reconnected. They recut, the 5th one to get a scene in there somewhere.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, that's what Artie wanted to do, was literally like have them in some sort of archaeological pit and have the 2 of them backing up and bump into each other, and short round having the jacket and the hat and the whip just like Indy. And it's like, Shorty. And it's like, Indy, I've been like following what you did, and I based my life on your experiences and stuff, which is so adorable. And I'm like, oh, they should make that movie, Artie. That's a great idea.
That's great. This is what fan fiction on Reddit is for. Number 6, even number. Number 6, if that is your real name, Jacob Kurtzberg.
I had a feeling Jack Kirby's name was going to pop up. So, Jack Kirby, of course.
Correct. Number 7, if that is your real name, Admiral Sir... this is a long one. If that is your real name, Admiral Sir Miles Meservey, Knight Commander of the Order of St. Michael and St. George.
I don't know. Admiral. Admiral's throwing me.
In that word salad, Sir Miles Meservey is sort of the giveaway.
Yeah, I'm not remembering my literature, and I should.
So this was clever on Mr. Ian Fleming's part, but Miles Meservey
is that M
initials? That is M.
I didn't know M was an admiral. That makes sense.
From Dr. No specifically.
Yes.
That is who is M in Dr.
Played
No
by Bernard Lee.
Most of the series.
Yeah, played by Bernard Lee, of course.
Number 8. If that is your real name, Jean Giraud.
Oh, that of course is the great French artist Mobius.
That is correct.
Who did Lieutenant Blueberry and A Great Silver Surfer and so many other wonderful things. Yeah, I'm a massive Mobius fan.
So, number 9, here's another hint. This person was not actually given a name until the movie in which she died. And we see her funeral, and that's the only place we know the real name. If that is your real name, Olivia Mansfield.
The movie where she dies. I don't know.
That is also M.
Oh, is it Judi Dench's M?
It's played by Judi Dench, and we do not. She first appears in GoldenEye, which is obviously Pierce Brosnan, but then she dies in Skyfall, and we see her tombstone.
Indeed.
Number 10, even number. If that is your real name, Robert Kahn.
Oh, that's that of course is Batman's co-creator, Bob Kane.
That is 100% correct. Well done, John. That was actually this was a tough round, and you did very well.
Hey, man, I have no problem with the ones that I missed. Again, I appreciate a tough trivia contest.
The M ones were stupidly hard, but they amused me, so I included them. So we'll have more quiz in just a sec, but first, John, I'd like a little word from our sponsor. John, do you find yourself frustrated by a lack of godlike knowledge? John, do you wish to bend reality your will and impress your friends at parties? Well, John, fear not. I have the solution. That solution is the new volume of Fred Van Lente and Ryan Dunleavy's award-winning, best-selling comics, Action Philosophers, Omnipotence for Dummies, it's called, and it's now on Kickstarter. Action, 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 action. There was a stage show of Action Philosophers in our buddy Nemo's show.
Are you releasing this as one volume? Are you doing it issue by issue? What's the plan for
this? Is a 120-page graphic novel featuring the world's greatest thinkers in hip and hilarious comic book fashion. And they will give you, John, the mental fortitude to conquer any challenge. The formerly black and white series is returned in full color, hard and in hardback, with tales from the early modern period. So we're talking about 1520 to 1820 or so. So we've got your favorites, Machiavelli, Thomas Jefferson, Spinoza, Kierkegaard, Descartes, and Kant. And as we mentioned before, an all-new story about Mary Shelley, the daughter of philosophers, and Teen Mom, who invented sci-fi with the novel Frankenstein. John, we were fully funded. Omnipotence for Dummies was fully funded in just over 2 hours.
Wow, Fred, that is amazing. My best to you and Ryan. That's wonderful.
Thank you very much. But, we still have some amazing Ryan Dunleavy prints and pins to unlock for stretch goals. So head on over to Omnipotence for Dummies at Kickstarter. I will drop the link in the chat.
I hope you will, and I will post it here on Word Balloon, and also remind people that no one depicts history the way that Ryan Dunleavy does, as far as visually. And
100%.
You always do due diligence in terms of your research and the comic book history of comic books, the comic book history of animation, and of course the original Action Philosophers, Action Presidents as well. Wonderful stuff, man.
We do a lot of stuff. And for those of you listening on your car stereos and all the ships at sea, go to fredvanlente.com and click on the Action Philosophers cover on the homepage, and you'll be brought straight to the campaign. Remember, that's Action Philosophers Volume 2, Omnipotence for Dummies, John. Available only through February 23rd.
There you go.
On Kickstarter.
Get yours today.
And you can get Volume 1 through the Kickstarter, too, so don't worry about that.
Very cool, man. Oh, here a comment from Matthew Whitaker. Loves Action Philosophers and Presidents. Indeed. Matthew, I hope you've also checked out the Comic Book History of comic books, and also the Comic Book History of Animation. Wonderful stuff. I teased and said I had a Descartes trading card. What I do have is Walt Disney depicted as Mickey Mouse from the Comic Book History of Animation, and also a very disgruntled Jack Kirby from Comic Book History of Comics.
That's awesome.
Poor Jack. The Hamlet of the comic book history.
That's right, exactly. But enough commercial interruption. Let us return to the Battle of the Minds, known as Word Balloon Comics Trivia. So for round 3, John, you may recall one of our earlier games. I talked about the fact that, I love doing this comics thing, but I'm an eclectic guy, John. I have other interests. And so I'm starting a bunch of businesses, little kind of unusual businesses. You may recall we did a quiz where you've been kind enough to help me out and apply for some positions in some of my other companies. Last time you applied to be a multiversal travel guide to go to do fictional places. Well, that went bankrupt. That didn't really work out. We lost a whole team to sandworms on Arrakis. So the lawsuits, unfortunately, put the kibosh on that one. So I'm trying a new business. Okay, John. This is bartending. It's multiversal bartending. And I think to appeal to a broad variety of, people from different dimensions, we're going to have to mix it up a little bit. So this round's called multiversal mixology.
Interesting.
And so these are mixed up. So I've taken pop culture things and traditional cocktails to make brand new drinks.
Oh.
And so it goes a little bit like this, John. So are you interested in attending bar in my
Absolutely. I have
multiversal-
I have experience working at my father's bar.
Oh,
So
okay.
there you go.
Then so to give you an idea of the quiz, of the questions of the quiz, this is an example. This is just for funsies, okay? A female vigilante created by Garth Ennis, currently being written by Fred Van Lente for Dynamite Comics, plus vodka, tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, and garnished with a celery stalk. Well, that would be a Jennifer Bloody Mary.
Of course. Oh man, I forgot about Jennifer's blood. Sure.
So you get the theme, the theme,
yes,
here, right? So this is question number one in multiversal mixology. The Jedi Master who trained Obi-Wan Kenobi, plus this previously 2 parts only cocktail that's often garnished with a cucumber slice.
Well, that's Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon. I need the full name, please.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember Qui-Gon's last name.
Then you're having trouble with this one.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I always call him just Qui-Gon.
League.
It's Qui-Gon, who, of course, can't forget. No, I Qui-Gon Wallbanger.
That's amazing.
I don't know, but there should be a drink called Qui-Gon Wallbanger.
So I'll help you a little bit.
All right.
His full name is Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, so Qui-Gon Gin and Tonic, of course?
That is correct, yes.
All right, fair enough. As you well know, Fred, that is one of the great things when you go to San Diego or New York, and when they have the cocktails at BarCon that are and even Chicago, they do it at C2E2.
Oh, is that right?
Hyatt stuff. Oh yeah, they have. Oh no, you'll be able to find some.
I'm excited.
Comics and themed cocktails. Absolutely.
I have not been to C2E2 since the first one, actually. So.
Oh, Fred, Jesus, that's like 13 years ago or whatever.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. So
well, we'll have fun. I know we'll have fun.
So just speaking as your prospective employer, John, it's not going well after the first question. But I have faith in you. There's 7 more of these, and I feel like you have nowhere to go but up.
Qui-Gon Jinn, of course. Shame on me.
Number 2, the comic storyline by Mark Millar and Steve Epting that served as the inspiration for Hugh Jackman's final lead appearance as its main character, plus bourbon, bitters, a pinch of raw sugar, and a cherry garnish.
Shame on me. I should know my mixology.
Do you know the comic series?
No, McNiven and was it was that that wasn't Ramita Jr. did Wolverine, Enemy of the State, of course. Hugh Jackman played it. What else has Hugh been other than Logan? So is it Logan? No. Is it Logan?
Okay, you got one word.
All right, so Logan is the.
And it was Steve McNiven. I said Steve Epting. It's Steve McNiven.
Oh, it's okay.
Mark Millar and Steve McNiven.
Old Man Logan. Oh, is that an old fashioned? Is it no?
That is an Old Man Logan fashion. Correct.
Okay,
sir.
there you go. All right, there you go.
I'll give that one to you. There might be a visual hint on this one on the old Twitters.
I did see a mixed drink.
Number 3, the group that sent King Arthur on a wild goose chase for a shrubbery in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, plus 1 part gin, 1 part vermouth rosso, and 1 part Campari and an orange peel garnish.
Well, the Knights of the Round Table. Hold on. Let's bring up the hint.
Someone in my Twitter feed actually guessed the correct answer based on the visuals.
Oh, the Knights Who Say Knee. Is it the Knights Who Say Knee?
Yep.
What is that drink? I don't know what that drink is, but it's the Knights Who Say Knee.
It is a Negroni.
Oh, of course, the Knights Who Say Negroni.
Knights Who Say Negroni. That's right.
Oh man. You're killing me, man.
I thought this might be rough.
Yeah, again, I love that it's rough. That's fantastic.
Number 4, Multiverse of Mixology. The super team formed by Professor Xavier's original 5 students.
Okay.
Just after graduation. Plus cranberry juice, orange juice, vodka, and peach schnapps, usually garnished with an orange slice.
Sounds like a good drink.
I've actually never had this one.
Well, the original 5, so it's. I mean, is it the X-Men? Is it?
In the 80s, they came together and formed another team.
Oh, X Factor or
X Factor.
X Factor. I don't know what's the name of the drink.
It's Sex Factor on the Beach.
Oh, very. Okay, I never knew it was in a Sex on the Beach. There you go. I never wanted to order it. I'm like, what am I, a woman? Sex on the Beach. Am I gonna order that?
With that in mind, listen to this next one. Number 5, one of Leslie Nielsen's greatest lines from Airplane, plus ginger ale and a splash of grenadine, garnished with a maraschino cherry.
Now that I know, and that don't call me Shirley cocktail. Shirley Temple. Don't call me
Shirley Temple. Exactly.
I conflated Shirley Temple and Kitty Cocktail, which is what a Shirley Temple was known as at my dad's bar back in the day.
Okay.
Kitty
was your
Cocktail.
dad's bar in Chicago?
Absolutely. Nice. Kitty Cocktail. Nice. But yeah, Shirley Temple's. Absolutely. Don't call me Shirley Temple.
Yes. Don't call me Shirley Temple. Number 6. A superhero series created by Chris Claremont and Dwayne Turner for DC Comics, plus a specific brand of blended whiskey, plus a specific brand of lemon lime soda.
Oh, it's something 7 and 7, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't remember the Claremont group that was created for DC.
Fair enough. That was Sovereign 7.
Oh, of course, Sovereign 7 and 7. Fantastic.
Chris Claremont's dalliance with DC in the early 90s, I think, maybe.
Probably my blind spot, but that's all right. Sovereign 7 and 7. Fantastic.
Number 7, an Image Comics imprint that was bought by DC in 1999, plus dark rum, ginger beer served over ice in a highball glass with a slice of lime.
So it's Wildstorm.
Dark rum and ginger beer is the giveaway there.
Ginger beer. I don't know.
Dark and Wild Stormy.
All right.
Have you heard of a Dark and Stormy?
No. Jesus.
Interesting.
There you go. This is your
more of a New York thing.
Well, no, and also it's your post Tom Cruise cocktails that you're.
I think a Dark and Stormy is a little more traditional than that, but fair enough.
All right.
Cocktail came out before I could legally drink, so what do I know?
Fair enough. The Dark and Stormy. Fantastic.
So everything I've had has been after cocktail. So what do I know? Number 8, the convenience store owned by Apu in Springfield.
Okay.
Plus James Bond's favorite drink.
Well, that would be a quickie martini, of course.
Quickie martini, shaken, not stirred.
Now, here, let me throw a question back at you.
Yes.
To differentiate Roger Moore's Bond from Connery's Bond, he had a different drink that he would always order.
Was it the Vesper?
It was not the Vesper. It was just bourbon neat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you watch Live and Let Die and the early Bonds, when he's asked, what do you want to drink? It's not a vodka martini, it's bourbon neat.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting. Yep. Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was great. Fred, I don't mind losing. I love these questions. This is great. Clearly, the panel is stumped as well.
John, you're having fun, and that means you've already won.
There you go.
And
that's what it's all about. Yes.
Sadly, we've come to the final round.
Fair enough.
But as it is with every quiz, this is the mystery round.
Yes, indeed. We don't know what the subject is.
The mystery round, I'm going to give you 9 questions, kind of all over the place, kind of purposely all over the place. Again, there's the final picture round on Twitter, or picture clue, but I'll put that up
when we get there.
And then the 10th question is, what's the theme?
Right.
Are you ready, John?
I am ready.
I'm going to give you 9 questions. Each answer has a theme. When you put them all together, you get a commonality.
Yeah.
Right. Number 1. John, this 1989 film was the feature directorial debut of William Shatner.
Oh, that would be Star Trek V, the Final Frontier.
That is correct. Number 2. And with the mystery round, folks at home, remember it's often good to write these down. Number 2, according to DC Comics geography, this metropolis, pun intended, is across a river from Central City. It is the home of the first and third Flashes.
That would be Keystone City.
That is correct. Keystone City is correct. Number 3 in the mystery round, guess the theme.
Yep.
This Disney Plus MCU series was the first to include a prominent character from the Marvel Netflix TV shows, portrayed by the original actor.
Well, that would be She-Hulk with Charlie Cox playing Daredevil.
It's incorrect. There is one before that.
Oh, okay, the original.
You can't think of Daredevil without usually also thinking of
Elektra,
his main enemy.
Oh, of course, the Kingpin, and Kingpin was in Christmas Hawkeye.
Correct. Hawkeye is the correct answer.
Yeah. Wow. Poor James, not Jeremy Renner. Good Lord.
It's pretty awful.
Tragic. I wonder how they're going to handle that. And of course, Old Man Hawkeye does have a handicap, so perhaps he's disabled in a certain way. Yeah, indeed. But all right, very cool.
Yeah, I don't know what his prognosis is. I guess I have not really been fine since then.
Yeah.
Not looking good. Oh well.
No, as I understood it, and please correct me, folks, if I'm wrong, but I heard that he lost the leg.
Well, that's unfortunate, but he's got his life.
Yes, he does. And I'm sure he'll adapt and still be a fine actor. So
absolutely. Number 4 in the mystery round. This 1966 title track is the only by Donovan to hit number 1 on the American Billboard Top 100. It only made it to number 2 in Donovan's native UK.
Would that be Sunshine Superman?
Sunshine Superman is correct by Donovan.
Superman and Green Lantern ain't got nothing on me.
They do not. Number 5. This ABC action drama created by Magnum PI's Donald P. Belsario lasted only 1 season from 1982 to 1983. It was an inspiration for the Disney cartoon Tailspin. Its primary inspiration, even though it was building off the success of a completely different movie, is a Cary Grant vehicle called Only Angels Have Wings.
Oh, I was going to say Operation Petticoat, which is another Cary Grant movie, World War II. I don't remember the name of this Donald Bellisario series.
It was Tales of the Gold Monkey.
Oh, I didn't even put that together. I love Tales of the Gold Monkey.
Yep.
Stephen Collins' vehicle.
Yep.
Who was, of course, Captain Decker in Star Trek, the motion picture. And I'm happy to say Matthew Whitaker got that correct. Well done, Matthew. Very good.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
So Gold Monkey, go on.
Number 6.
Yep.
This is a much more modern question. This Gotham City mayoral candidate and agent of the Court of Owls believes himself to be Thomas Wayne's younger brother. Character, obviously, from Scott Snyder's Batman run.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. Damn it. Anybody remember the name of the mayor in Court of Owls that claimed to be a Wayne? We'll see if somebody pops up. Go ahead. Give it to us.
Lincoln March is his name.
Lincoln March. All right, then.
Number 7, and this just might be the visual Twitter clue. This British Army veteran serves as Dennis Nayland Smith's aide-de-camp in the Hands of Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu series.
All right. Let's share the screen and see who pops up. Indeed. I assumed it was this gentleman. Am I right? This is Blackjack Tar?
That is Blackjack Tar, 100% correct. Number 8. In Mark Gruenwald and Paul Ryan's Squadron Supreme maxi series, Hyperion and his evil counterpart duel to the death atop this landmark, which is known on Earth S, which is the dimension the Squadron Supreme lives in. On Earth S, this landmark is called President Mountain. It's better known in our dimension as what?
Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore is correct, yes.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting.
And
It's interesting that they had Earth S, whereas DC also had Earth S, and that was the Fawcett Heroes on Earth S.
And the fun. Actually, maybe I made Earth S up that term, but they also have fun made up names of cities in the Earth S as well, like
Sure.
Cosmopolis and New Troy is where Nighthawk lives.
I like that Squadron Supreme miniseries that was out a couple years ago. Was that good? Yeah, I think Jason wrote it. Jason Aaron, I think. But I liked all the tie-ins where, all of a sudden everyone was rewired to think that the Squadron Supreme was the Marvel hero, as opposed to the Avengers. And
right, yeah.
Peter Parker was Hyperion's Jimmy Olsen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Number 9, mystery round. This sometime X-Man got married in the comics in 2012, not long after it became legal to do so in New York State.
Oh yeah, that's one of Alpha Flight. No, it wasn't Guardian. Maybe it was Guardian. Was it Guardian?
It was Aurora's brother.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
North Star is his.
North Star, of course.
North Star.
Shame on me. Yes, indeed. Written by Marjorie Liu and drawn by Mike Perkins.
Yes, that is correct. So, all right, we've got 9 answers in front of you. So number 10 is what's the theme?
All right. So, yeah, and by the way, Matthew, thank you. Matthew got it right. Matthew, you're killing it. Well done.
Well done, Matthew.
All right. So we have Final Frontier, Star Trek V, Keystone City, Hawkeye, Sunshine Superman, Tales of the Gold Monkey, Lincoln March, Blackjack Tar, Mount Rushmore, and finally North Star.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that group is.
You might want to take one last glance at the visual clue.
All right, then. We will. Stand by. Any thoughts, Matthew? You're killing it. Let's see here. Oh, are they state nicknames?
That is correct, John. The theme tonight was state nicknames. Alaska is known as the last frontier. Pennsylvania is the Keystone State.
Yep.
Florida, of course, is the Sunshine State. I skipped Iowa, which is the Hawkeye State.
Of course.
California is the Golden State.
Indeed.
Illinois, your own home, John, is known as the Land of Lincoln. North Carolina, which you just showed there in the visual clue, is the Tar Heel State. South Dakota is the Mount Rushmore State, and of course, Minnesota is the North Star.
Do they really call South Dakota it's the Mount Rushmore State?
That's
lazy. Like yeah. That's real lazy. Jesus. Yeah. It's the Mount Rushmore State. Okay.
Exactly. But well done, John. That was pretty terrific.
Fred, that was incredible. Absolutely, man. No, I loved it. I did need that visual clue to get it.
That's what it's
that was great. No, I love it. Hilarious. Fred, well done. My God. This is the 7th time we've done this?
It is.
That's fantastic.
It is. I'm as shocked as everyone else.
It was great, and I love the clues. And of course, this edition of Word Balloon Trivia Time with Fred Van Lente brought to you by the latest edition of Action Philosophers. Now on Kickstarter until February 23rd. They've reached their goal, but there are lots of pushes that that if they get more money, they sketches and other premiums. Are there push things? I have no idea.
Oh yeah, they had Ryan do some spectacular prints, pins, a lot of sort of the usual. Thanks, Matt. Thank you very much.
Matt enjoyed the game. Absolutely, I'm glad. I hope everyone else did.
We're partnering with our pals at Rocket Ship for this particular campaign. That's run by Tom Akel, who used to be editor-in-chief of Webtoon. Great guy. They're doing a fantastic job. And if you missed the Volume 1 Kickstarter, which was in 2021, fear not, you can get the Volume 1 book also through this same Kickstarter. So
outstanding, man. No, and it can out and again, Fred, Ryan Dunleavy, and Crystal Skillman will all be at C2E2 at the end of March, beginning of April that weekend.
And the weekend, 2 weekends before, I will be at. This is neat that we've not brought this up yet, even though his name has been invoked. They're going to, I don't think they've actually announced this yet, but I'm just going to say it anyway because I think it's happening, is I will be a couple weekends before in Kansas City, Missouri, doing Planet Comic Con.
Sure.
And they are going to do a performance of me in the oft-mentioned Crystals play. King Kirby is going to be at Planet Comic Con.
Wow. So a local theater company is going to...
Yes, this is the production that was in last summer's Kansas City Fringe.
Fantastic, Fred.
Know the show.
Wow, that's great. And of course, can we still hear the audio version of King Kirby?
Yes, King Kirby is an audio drama with the original New York cast about the life and travails and triumphs of one Mr. Jack Kirby. You can find that on the Broadway Podcast Network or on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Just type King Kirby into the search field and it will pop up, and it's free.
Yeah,
all episodes are free.
That's great. You know, we had
I'm not good at making money.
Well, I certainly hope that you and Crystal are getting, you know, your royalty for when regional theater puts.
We are. We've just partnered. This is another thing: is that those of you who have your own theater companies, I'm sure John has many listeners who do. Oh, yeah. Our theatrical rights are currently managed by the fine folks at Uproar Theatrics. Uproar Theatrics, I believe that is. Let's see what their website is. Uproar Theatrics is uproartheatrics.com. See, they make it easy on you.
Excellent. Uproar Theatrics is
Uproar, yeah.
Did Samuel French publish the King Kirby script, as you usually can find stage scripts of great plays and things?
No, but Uproar does.
Uproar does. Okay, excuse me.
Yeah,
there you go.
Because Samuel French isn't just a publisher; they also manage the theatrical rights. So you generally are published by whoever is,
whoever,
collecting the royalties from.
I understand. Yeah. Fred, what's that? There's that, and you may or may not know, and I'm assuming you do, given Crystal's work as well in theater. There's that great bookstore that specializes in stage scripts.
Yes, the Dramatist Bookshop.
Indeed,
it was down literally 8 doors down from Midtown Comics main location for many years, but it moved right before the pandemic. I believe Lin-Manuel Miranda bought it.
Oh, I'm so glad that he saved it.
It was going to go out of business, but I think Lin-Manuel Miranda saved it. But in a new location, and one sadly I have not been to, and I don't know where it is.
All right. No, that's literally
the location was great. I would literally go to Midtown Comics and then walk down the block and go into the Dramatist Bookshop.
Literally what happened to me, and I stumbled on it because it was just right after going to Midtown on my way back to the Javits Center, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
And I mean, thank God you and I both live. I'm in Chicago, of course. Fred's in New York. That we live in cities that still, thank God, independent bookstores are still a great thing. And so that's cool. That's good. And really, all right. So again, upfronttheatrics.com.
Upfront Theatrics is where you can get King Kirby in print. I think you can still get it on Amazon, the edition I did. The podcast is still on at just, Apple Podcasts or iTunes or Spotify. It's on all the things for free. And obviously we have the Kickstarter still running through February 23rd.
All right. So in the meantime, if you're in the Kansas City area, go to see Fred and company at Planet Comic Con,
which is 2 weeks. Let me get those actual dates. It's 2 weekends before. It's the weekend. This is we know the pandemic is over because now I'm booked back to back practically. Yeah, it's 17th, 18th, and 19th of March is Planet Comic Con in Kansas City, and then of course I believe C2E2 starts on the 30th of March.
30th or 31st.
31st. I'm sorry, no, it's the 31st.
Yeah, and and of course that's in Chicago. Everybody at McCormick Place. So no, that's great, Freddie. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see Ryan, and then of course Crystal. Crystal, my little sister.
That's right.
You know, oh, she's so sweet. I honestly, Fred, you did good.
I like
and so did she. Don't
I
get
like
me
my wife too.
exactly, man. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed playing trivia time with Fred Van Lente, and we will certainly do it again. But this was great, Fred, as always, and I'm so glad. Every time you tap me, Fred, I'm always happy to do another one. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. Tomorrow night on Word Balloon Live, Dennis Culver will be joining me to talk about the new Doom Patrol series that he and Chris Burnham are doing at DC. It starts the weekend of C2E2, or the week of C2E2, that last Tuesday in March. So look for that. And that's happening on Thursday. Friday night, I'm talking to Rafer Roberts and Mike Norton about their brand new comic book. So it's a full week of Word Balloon. And then next week, I've already got scheduled Matthew Rosenberg and Tom King on Monday and Wednesday. So nice lineup. Everybody.
Packed. Lineup is packed.
Indeed. Oh, and I just recorded a great talk with the director of No Straight Lines, a fantastic documentary that is on PBS right now this week. And it's part of the Independent Lens series. And again, No Straight Lines, the story of queer comics. Outstanding, amazing documentary. And Vivian Kyman is the documentarian. Had a great conversation with her today. I'm going to drop the video and the audio tomorrow, Thursday, during the day on Word Balloon. So look for that. And yeah, there you go. I think that's all the business that I needed to get out there.
Rock on.
So until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.